Good morning. Today's subject is the rank stupidity of almost all 320 million or so Americans. I was just banned by Facebook again for 30 days for alleged hate speech. What I said was something about Americans being retards for refusing to stand up to their elected enemies and throw them out of office. No Americans will do this. Americans are just too damn stupid to assert themselves as the owners of the United States and throw out the criminals who misrepresent us in Congress, the Supreme Court, the White House, every office which has an attorney employed by them, every state legislature, every governor. Americans are supposed to be supervising these people, not taking orders from them. If Americans had any courage whatsoever, they would be uniting against these people. But courage depends somewhat on intelligence. You have to be intelligent enough to know that your enemies have taken your freedom from you. If Americans had just a little bit of intelligence, they would understand that an organization like Facebook could not steal your freedom of speech from you by telling you that you have to observe alleged rules regarding hate speech to take your freedom of speech away from you. Now, lots of fools and idiots, psychopaths and mental defectives, believe lawyers when lawyers claim that private companies are exempt from obeying our First Amendment. Well, they aren't exempt. Our Supreme Court, which is an enemy of the people of the United States, has allowed private corporations like Facebook to violate the First Amendment by deciding what we can and cannot say. Facebook can't do this, and the Supreme Court and the other scumbag lawyers can't allow Facebook to do this. We should be able to walk into any court in the country and have Facebook sued for every dime they have anytime they ban one of us for 30 days for violating their alleged rules against hate speech or any other speech. Now, I can understand if Facebook was banning people for putting X-rated pornography out there that children can see. But they're banning people just for telling the truth. In the years that I've been on Facebook, I've probably been banned for half of those years. They just keep throwing me off every time I tell the truth. Or every time someone complains about me telling the truth, which is always a Facebook employee disguised as a human. What else is important here when we look at the stupidity of the American public? We have 130 million brain-dead simpletons who every time there's election, they choose between enemy D, enemy R, or enemy named Esquire. Every time. These retards refuse to look at the Declaration of Independence. They refuse to have the slightest clue that we, the people, are the ones who are supposed to be running the country. We're supposed to be supervising the enemies named Democrat, Republican, and Esquire. We're not supposed to be taking orders from these assholes. We're not supposed to be letting Democrats, Republicans, and Esquires make any rules for us. And we're certainly not supposed to have any vile things using the title Esquire sitting on our Supreme Court, misinterpreting the Constitution and ignoring the Declaration of Independence. But that's what Americans do. They sit there like absolute brain-dead retards, allowing these enemies to destroy our country. Americans won't even talk about their lost freedom because they don't know we lost it. They don't understand that the Federal Reserve stole our freedom from us on December 23rd of 1913. Americans watch the TV, which is owned by the same criminals who own the Federal Reserve, and lie to us all day long with TV. And Americans are so fucking stupid that they believe things that are told to them by TV. They believe that Democrats are running against Republicans with lots of esquires, otherwise known as scumbag lawyers, mixed in with those Democrats and Republicans, and that this is the only choice that Americans have for people to manage their country for. That's not true. Americans always have the choice, and this is mandatory, but they don't know it. They have the choice to throw off such government. That's what they're required to do by our highest law that tells us how to reclaim our freedom after it's been stolen from us by scumbag lawyers and other liars named Democrats, Republicans, and the bankers who own the Democrats, Republicans, and lawyers. You can't reach Americans. You put your comment on Facebook to try to reach some of them, and one of their fucking trolls reports you. Facebook deletes your comment and throws you off for 30 days. And they just keep doing this over and over and over again when you try to explain to the public that every Democrat, every Republican, every lawyer, and every TV station is lying every time they open their fucking mouths. You can't do it. You don't have freedom of speech. Of course, anyone with half a brain knows that freedom of speech was repealed in 1938 when Congress created the FCC so the FCC could sell all of our TV networks to the Rothschild family, the owners of the Federal Reserve. So now the Rothschild family can lie to everyone in America, and their corporation called Facebook can lie to everyone in America, and there's nothing we can do about it because no Americans will open their mouths and tell TV and tell Facebook and Congress and the President and the Supreme Court to go fuck themselves. That's what we're supposed to do. Americans are supposed to unite with each other, regardless of anything that lawyers, Democrats, or Republicans have to say. And Americans are supposed to throw these motherfuckers out of our government. Why won't they do that? Well, one reason is because Facebook won't let us talk to each other. Where else do you go? You come on YouTube and nobody sees your words. A few people that do see them might try to share it someplace. And if they share it on Facebook, then Facebook will make it so that nobody ever sees the video. Because Facebook doesn't want these words to be seen. They don't want any Americans to understand that we can fire our government. And if we talked to each other and understood how our freedom was stolen from us by the owners of the Federal Reserve, we could unite against our government, fire it in one day, and have our freedom back. We could be free of all the crap we take from banksters and their servant lawyers, and all the bribed Democrats and bribed Republicans. We could be free of all debt. In the process of taking back that freedom, we could all have free houses by voiding all the debt that was created since 1913 by the owners of the Federal Reserve. And by lying scumbags like Facebook and Congress and TV. That's all they ever do is lie to you. Americans just keep listening to them. They keep reading the lies presented on Facebook. They see the lies presented on YouTube. They listen to the lies presented by TV. And they respond to them. TV tries to tell you that Russia interfered in our election. The TV knows full well that our elections are all controlled by TV. Only Democrats and Republicans are allowed to appear on TV. They're always lying with every word that comes out of their fucking mouths. TV knows this, and they will never let an honest person appear on TV to run against them. Can any Americans understand this? Will any Americans talk to each other and decide that we're going to unite, take our country back, and tell these people that own TV and Congress to go fuck themselves? Will they? I don't know. All I can do is talk about it and hope that someone sees it and responds. Virtually nobody ever responds. That's what you have to do, America. You have to open your fucking mouths. You have to stop standing up for the national anthem because it has those words in it, land of the free, when we actually became the land of the slaves in 1913. Americans are so fucking stupid that they won't read anything to understand this. Read a fucking book, will you? Read The Creature from Jekyll Island. Read Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace Mullins. Watch the documentary on YouTube that Bill Still made. He had one called The Secret of Oz. I can't think of what the other one is. It's a 3.5-hour long documentary that explains how the Federal Reserve robs you. Look around. Educate yourself. See how fucking stupid you are. Stop voting for Democrats and Republicans and take back your freedom. Will you consider that? Will you consider ending your existence of being a goddamn stupid idiot who keeps voting for your enemies? That's not a good way to live. You shouldn't vote for your enemies. Wake the fuck up, America. Thanks for watching.